What's up, guys? It has been a little while. Now, I know that you got to watch my marathon weekend vlog, but now it's post-marathon. I am about, in fact, 2 weeks post-marathon, and now what I'm trying to do is get back my groove within the gym. I'm trying to build a baseline of strength, and first that starts with me being consistent with getting under loads. So that means touching some kind of external load almost daily. And I'm doing it uniquely. I'm doing it with a more traditional bodybuilding split where I'm doing legs on one day, focusing on a gamut of movements on my legs. Then I'm also doing like a chest specific day focus where I'm kind of doing all things pressing. Not a ton overhead because I'm still reserving that for as I get back to doing more traditional CrossFit. We spend so much time overhead. And then a back day. So it's literally like legs, chest, back on a 3-day rotation. And I haven't really taken a day off in 2 weeks. Within that split, I'm able to kind of find a really good groove where I know it keeps my frequency high, then it keeps my muscle tone a little bit more aroused and like prepared for the response of what it's doing in the weight room. And then the goal is after about 3 weeks of this, I'm gonna start generously adding in some CrossFit to get my blend of the two back. Right, for 8 weeks as I prepared for a marathon, it was definitely aerobic capacity building, a lot of slow, steady work and some intervals tied in there, all in the forms of running and or biking on days I needed to rest my knees. But now it's important for me again to build that musculature back, condition my connective tissue, and really earn my range of motion back in my lower body. Now I'm going to tell you guys now, the first full week of doing lower body, I squatted to a box, or increased the range of motion, if you will, each session, but really my knees were still a little bit achy. And the reason they were feeling a little bit achy still is because they hadn't passed through that deep range of motion in a while, specifically under loads. I'm about to take you guys over to the gym because it's about time for me to take some beta-alanine, Relentless, take some Recharge, my pre-workout, and then also take a capsule of my phosphatidic acid, specifically the Revolt and the Relentless have done wonders. I do have a photo that I'm going to post for you guys too, especially maybe here in a couple weeks. Maybe I'll post it to this episode, but more to follow up in a couple weeks as we kind of see my physique transition from going basically the absence of external load for several weeks to now consistently getting under some weight. And I'll keep you in the loop on what my body weight looks like and even some of my body fat work. I'm going to take you over to the gym. Today we are hitting chest. We're going to get after it, build a little strength and make it burn. Routine matters. This is how you get your mind and your body right. Dry scoop, the dry scoop. No water needed. All the tingles. Full depth squats don't hurt so bad, but it took some work. The first couple leg sessions that I had back in the gym, I had to squat to a box. I couldn't get the full range of motion without like the inflammation in my knees feeling buggy. So now we're kind of back to normal, which is good. Full depth in the squats, back squat, front squat are back on the menu. Now we just gotta build back some functional thickness, man. And that's what we're getting into today. Chest, upper body. So we're gonna do a heavy 3, do some drop-off sets at a particular weight where the goal will be to kind of chase the burn. We'll try to think about a standard to hit, probably 8 and 15 reps, and then we'll go just before failure on those sets. The magic in having a spotter. Yeah. Like, you know what? You can risk it for the biscuit. 3, bang. Yep. Come on. 31's in there. 31 of them's in there. Woo. See, when you don't get that lift off, it saves you so much juice, I'm telling you. It really does. Game changer.
Game changer. Dumbbell incline, just regular incline. Yeah, yeah, and we're looking at like we'll go 3 by 12. Okay. 3 by 12. Good set. So now we'll go to a flat fly, or 15 reps. I go extra light for these. And then this is where we'll actually start even banging out some push-up in between some of these sets. We got to get 75 in throughout the day, so we might as well start chipping away while we're doing our chest workout, you know? Don't go to failure, but you get close. I'm always thinking about ways to make my chest stronger so that I can pump my nipples. That's what my son calls it. He saw me flex my chest one day and now he says, "Dada, will you pump your nipples?" Sounds great. So prior to the marathon, it was like if I did get a chance to come to the gym, I had 25, 30 minutes max because I'd already run 90 minutes in the morning. So my energy was limited as well as time I could spend. But now, because I can spend more time doing other stuff, I can use kind of like that full hour block and maybe a little over an hour, depending on what we're focusing on. A little bit more time in the gym post-marathon for sure. So when you think about training for strength, you're gonna build new body tissue when you try to get stronger. Your body has to create the muscle in order to move the load. So if you're pushing yourself in that direction, you're gonna build lean body mass. Am I training strength or aesthetics? I like to say it's both, because especially as you start to dial in then your nutrition to meet your aesthetic goals, you can basically keep training the same way and get both results. I don't have my eye on any sanctionals, no. And the reason is just because of, if I were to go in and do any of those, it would probably need to be on a team. So when there's a group that's committed or fit enough and locally that would want to train and get together and go do a sanctional, I'd be open to it. But right now it just takes too much time away from my work and family life. I'm actually going to be helping with the Rogue Invitational with the CrossFit Games podcast this weekend. You know, you guys will probably see this after the fact, but I'm going to essentially go in with Nikki Brazier and we're going to do a post-day recap show. So we're going to kind of talk about some of the popular things that happened. We both went in and recorded an episode yesterday and gave some predictions. So I'm going to have some involvement. We're potentially doing a really cool activation with some elite ambassadors down in Miami during Wodapalooza. So probably won't be on the floor competing, but we'll be there in support and having a good time. Ah, another good day. Yeah, man, overall I feel good. So this is the reason that I really love this type of training, is because, you know, for the last decade I've been doing CrossFit, and CrossFit is intense. And there are times clearly as a competitor where I was adding in a good amount of volume with my training. But, you know, when you can compact the specific muscle region or muscle group throughout, you know, a 1 hour time frame, you're getting in a lot of work and you're building a lot of local muscle endurance. And so for me, while I want to get strong again and build my baseline of strength, a lot of it is really conditioning, maybe not under the same intensity, and maybe not under the cardiovascular duress that is often created from CrossFit. This is going to build an advantage for me that when I get back in the gym, I know what's going to limit me, and it's going to be my heart and my lungs, and it's not going to be my local muscle endurance. So there will be some obstacles to work through as I clearly introduce myself back into that style training, but that's really what I love most about these few weeks that I'll be doing, or about a month time, where I'll be focused specifically on kind of like the bodybuilding style, where you focus on muscle groups and muscle regions. So yeah, I feel like the changes happen really quick as well, because you're able to compact, you know, sometimes 3 working days on a specific muscle group, depending on how the cycle hits in the 7-day cycle, but at least 2 with some high volume. I'm always sore, just in different muscle regions. So it's playing out to be very productive, and it's been good so far.